Hello everybody and welcome to this video well, obviously we're going to model this space. This is part 1, which talks about the architectural modeling based on some references, geometry from Google Maps, etc., and some drawings. And then in part 2, we will place slides, do the rendering, and then take a look at how we can create kind of like a three-dimensional, infused, informed lighting plan. Okay. Let's do it. Before we jump into the architectural modeling part, I think it's very good to spend a moment understanding and learning about the process or workflow I used to set up this environment and guide me in a way so that I was much quicker able to rebuild the space with a certain amount of accuracy. Now, as you can see here, I have all these windows, etc. How did I figure out how to build everything? I read about this project on ArcDaily. This is, in my opinion, a really beautiful architectural project. It makes great use of simplicity in terms of geometry. It's very cubical, but not boring, based on how everything is nested at different levels. And particularly in the inside, the use of color through the colored windows in the light is really beautiful. Fortunately, on this website, the creators also share 1 and 2 section views, including the dimension below, it's in meters, and then a plan view and an elevation view. So these images I downloaded and then I removed the background to be transparent and then brought this into Blender. I have this, for example, here. There's the elevation view, the plan view, and here are my 2 section views. And I made all these images also transparent so they overlay and overlap pretty well. And as you can see here, I can fine tune, for example, now the position a little bit better. Because these images also have a scale on it, I was very capable of scaling these images to the correct scale. And the trick I used was simply I made a 20-meter long geometry and scaled the images till it fit this 20-meter long geometry on the scale reference. But as you can see, working based only on 4 images can be a little bit tricky because we can't really see everything. So we can go to Google Maps. Now we can rotate around and then there, for example, we can see, oh, this part here is actually lower. This part here is horizontal. Now this is something that was not visible from the elevation view. Also here, this entrance, how does this look? And Google Maps is really great also to check out the terrain and such. But what else can I do with it? Well, I can go to YouTube, type in render doc Google Maps, and then there will be plenty of tutorials, for example, like this one, where somebody, as you can see, brought in a complete cityscape into, in this case here, Blender. And again, this is very universal. It works literally with every program that can import geometry. And they talk you about how, to install everything, the importer for Blender, this RenderDoc program, configure Chrome, and then the software kind of like captures the geometry that's inside the Chrome, the window here right now. And then that's being saved, and then you can, import it. And there you see is the cityscape. The geometry, again, is not really the greatest. This is fine. This is more a reference. Okay, so let's go to Blender because here it is. There is my architectural model, including now the textures that come with it. What's this one useful for? It has limited use. As you can see, the geometry can be of questionable quality. It's very, very chunky. But for the purpose of this exercise, we would like to rebuild this architectural design rather quickly, as close as possible to explore how lighting, etc. can work inside this interior space. For that case, actually, this is fine. I can see all the flat surfaces for the roof, the walls. This is really great. Because of the color, I can see where all the windows actually are. Without the material, I do not see this. And then when I overlay this also with my architectural two-dimensional views, as you can see, I kind of like can mix the precision of the architectural images together with the lack of precision but three-dimensionality of this Google Map model. Yeah, use both as a reference to build then the space. Okay, then let's take a look at how we do that. Okay, so let's get started with the modeling. So this is the file that's shared with you. This basically has the Google Maps geometry in it, including the materials and just the architectural reference images. The easiest way to start is honestly with the Google Maps geometry. And let's press T for the toolbar. And the snapping, yeah, it's set to vertex point. Very good. And then let's press Shift A for add or add mesh plane. There we are. And then we drag this to somewhere here. The unit system, by the way, since this is a project in Spain, is set to metric right now, meters. Okay. So I rotate my view a little bit, bring this one down, and I slide this up and down till I start seeing this is intersecting the geometry. Can go to a top view, zoom in, bring this over a little bit. Okay. And then bring this to here and going to edit mode. Edge select. Select this edge and bring this over till it's, yeah, kind of like touching that edge. We're trying not to be too precise. I mean, we want to be precise, but we should not be too crazy. So we can, since this is kind of like our three-dimensional topology, also always map this out or compare this with the architectural reference image. So for example, here you can see I was a little bit too far over here. Yeah, if I go to the top view. Okay, so this can go to there a little bit. Beautiful. Okay, thank you. Back to the 3D model. Now, this edge I select and press E. E for extrude, and then Z for the Z-axis, and bring this down. Very good. I can do the same here. E and Z, bring this down. Now, how do we make these two lines being actually the same? I could have selected each line and extruded it down at the same time. I did this not on purpose. So to show you how now via the snapping, we can snap these together. So you see I'm moving it, hold Control and then snap and release the mouse button. Very good. This here and here I can select, press F to fill, select this edge and F and fill. See, there's the box. Okay. Very nice. So then this one, E to extrude, and so it's not going crazy. We press Y for the Y direction and go over to here. Very nice. Maybe a top view again and line this up to there. Thank you. Okay. And maybe then these two edges, E and X, till it goes to the next piece. And this edge here I have selected. E and Z, and then E and X, bring this over. There we are. You see kind of like I have this stepping created. I can go to point select, press E and Z, hold control and snap. And you see I'm generating kind of like the wireframe with all these points selected. I press F to fill. Okay. I can actually also select maybe these 2 points, press E, move this out, go to here, G for move, hold control and snap it to there. So without the F to fill. The only thing is I need to be careful that this is not connected. So I can press A for select everything, go to mesh and say merge by distance. 1 point removed. There, it's joined. Now, when I go to the side view, okay, there we see where we are. Okay, so I trust actually these images a little bit more. So I'm in wireframe mode. A, B, select this, and this goes over. A, B, select this, and go over to there. And then A, I zoom out, B, select all this, and then we move this down a little bit. Very good. Okay, very nice. So this will slightly, as you can see, not overlap perfectly with the model. That's totally good. Okay, so how do we continue? Yeah, we can, maybe this might be the easiest part. We continue that direction. So Z and wireframe. Here, this. I will select these two. E, hold control, snap A. I'm in point select, middle mouse button, and merge by distance. Then now I can select all these points. E and X, one time, E and X, second time, E and X, third time. You see how I'm blocking this out, E and X, fourth time. Very good. And then 1, 2, 3, and 4. So this face I select, or face select is even better. Select these two faces, and then E and Z. Sorry, no, undo. Undo. Okay. When I press E, it's already in the Z axis, so I don't have to press Z. If you pressed Z and it's gone, press Z again. You snap into the Z direction. Very good. One quick verification. Yeah. This is close. Z and wireframe, A, B. Now I can go to point select, and you see how with B I can select through all these mesh points and bring this over. A, B, select this, chuck. A, B, select this, suck. A here, this is the edge. You go to there. Thank you. Yeah, pretty nice. It's slowly coming along. You can even see how now this starts to actually slowly line up. Okay. So now we have this part of the roof. How do we bring this over to the inside? So there we can see that this has to go down, E and Z, hold control, click, and then click, 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 select F, fill. Very nice. A, U, and U, and U, and U, and U. So all these points here. And press E and Y and drag over to there. You see that? Okay, good. Because here's a little step. How do we do this step? So this edge here, I need an extra point. I can select this edge with these 2 points, right click and say subdivide or edge subdivide. Now they have another small point. And then I can select these 3 points, E and Z, and go down there. Nope, that was incorrect. So delete an X. Actually, sorry, E and X. Move, hold control, and I select all these points and fill. Now this actually goes down. E and Z. For how much? Maybe to there. It's probably not 100% correct, but that's fine. E and X, hold control, select all these points, and F, fill. Beautiful. There you see how we actually are working on this, yeah, kind of like this stepping. Let's continue working here. This is nice. So U and U, E and Y, and we bring over to there. And then maybe we go to a top view. Oh, this was actually really spot on. Okay, very good. Here is a small cavity. So cavity means, now, again, this is then where Google Maps is really useful. Whoops. There. There's that cavity. Google Street View is actually really fun. Hey, where's that building? Oh, there's the building. Wait, but where is it? We go to here. Well, there it is. Let's go one back. But where? Wait, it's still there? Oh, interesting. Okay, now it's gone. Oh wait, it is back. I just find it hilarious. Sorry, I'm kind of like geeking out a little bit. But there you can see this opening. It's quite nice. That's the roof thickness, and that's the door. Okay, so how do we build this? Again, we want to have some sort of a thing that goes in there. So this edge I need to subdivide. So I then can go into a top view. This point has to move to there. Very good. And then E and X, this goes over to here. And then E and Y, hold control, go to there. E and X, hold control, it goes to there. And then you see if we put this in, this should be kind of like, yeah, a nice flat layout. So these are walls that will go up. This here actually will go to there. So I need also here to have a point to connect this to. So select this edge, subdivide. This point I move along X, hold control and snap. Yeah, and then click, 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 fill, click, 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 fill. Oh, I forgot this point, fill there. And then this whole thing, E, we extrude up there. See? Beautiful. And now we can use our references here. There. That's good enough. What's actually the length here? So we can select an edge and say, give me the edge, 3.8 meters. There's actually also another tool here, measure. Click and drag, hold control, snap, hold control, snap. So this is, as you can see, 3.8. The moment you go back into modeling or the other command, the dimension is gone, but it remains actually. It's quite nice. Very good. Okay. So how do we continue? Maybe we will select this edge, and this, and this. Not this one. And we extrude those down, E and Z, hold control, so it snaps onto this point. So now I can patch this in. You see how I'm kind of like building this smoothly. Very good. Then one more set of selections. Zuck, zuck, zuck. Zuck, zuck. You. And you. Very good. The same also here and there. Yeah. So then E and Z hold control and we snap there. And you see now I have this area I filled. And there. Okay. Very good. Nice. So there is a piece that's missing, an F. Thank you. And now I can, with holding the Alt or Option key, click on this lower edge here. It should then select this loop. I can go to a side view, and this I press E and Z. And yeah, what do we do here? Well, we simply bring this further down. We will later kind of like we could trim this, but for first, I just bring this down to here. Okay. So now that's the walkway, and then it just goes down. So how does this so far actually look? Looks pretty good. We can go to a top view, Z, and yep, this all lines up. Our section views are, this sticks out here a little bit. Interesting. Maybe, let's see. So I would like to go into object mode, select. So something is off, either the plan views or the elevation, the section views are a little bit too wide. So I'm going to there, and here's the other one. See how I'm lining up the outside edge on the right side. Okay. Yeah. Can go to the top view, Z and wireframe. So this should be 20 meters. Oh, by the way, I never showed you how this works. No? So here, add and make myself a plane. G, there, bring this to there. N, U along X should be 20 meters. G, line up. Okay, so you see, because this lines up, this image is to scale. If I go to here, I have the same. Shift D, I'm making a copy of this. R and Z and 90, R and Y and 90. And let's line this up. It's kind of like a ruler. You see that is correct and that is correct. So that's all actually good. So if there is some sort of inaccuracy, I do not know where it comes from. But again, our task is not to make a perfect reproduction. But it's also good that you see kind of like some of these possibilities or issues. So you know maybe what we could do. So if I go into select my architecture and go into edit mode, go to point select AA, you see everything is selected. Oh, this is very good. I noticed there are some points too high. Who are you? Where are you? Oh, you're up there. Okay, good. So up and down, hold control, and then you are aligned up to that. Very good. Yeah, that's the way it should be. And then I press B and select all this. And yeah, I will ditch a little bit, maybe the Google Maps geometry here. I will use the plan views, the elevation views, and the AA also here. I make this a tick wider. Okay, and then here. Yeah. Okay. Or it's up to you. We can also follow here this. It doesn't really matter as much. Perfect. Okay, so I would say this blocked out piece is kind of done. We can call this maybe maybe architecture raw. Yeah. Then let's verify few faces. A little bit of housekeeping. Face select. It's all good. In case you shall have a face that is this way, that is not good. It's flipped. Also here you see this face orientation. We can select A to select everything. Mesh, cleanup, no, normals, and calculate to the outside. There. And then we can turn this off again. By the way, quick add to quick favorite. So when we press Q, we have this in edit mode, have this in object mode. Okay, I would say the basic modeling of this raw piece is actually good. So and then we can take a look at what else to do. Well, this is a paper model. Obviously, that doesn't really work. We need wall thickness. So modifier, add modifier, and solidify modifier to this model. Thickness 0.5, so half a meter, 50 centimeters. That's massive, but for the moment it's okay. If we rotate our view, we can see Z and wireframe. A lot of crazy things are happening there. Even thickness. Whoa. Still looks very interesting. Well, we have to switch this from simple to complex in Blender. Offsetting, as simple as this task looks, is actually really complicated in terms of math. So complex and boom, there. Everything is perfect. Very good. Half a meter, 50 centimeters. How is this in relationship to our views? Whoa, a little bit thick. 0.3, 0.4, 0.35. Yeah, 0.3. I go with a little bit thicker walls just on purpose. 0.4. Yeah. Okay, very good. Very nice. So we have the thickness done. Okay. Now the question is, what can we do with the windows? There's actually again where this model can come in very, very handy because it tells us from the top how far something goes in. And then we also have, don't forget, this image that shows us the height too. But not really, as you see, the thickness. So let's go to this view and we will start right here in a simple way. We'll make a collection new and double click and I call this window cut. Okay, then add and cube. Bring this one up, bring this to here, there, bring this to there, zip, and zip. Okay, very nice. Then let's go into we will stay in object mode. I will bring this down a little bit, maybe to here. Then let's go into edit mode and face select this top face, maybe to there. This side face still, yep, there it starts cutting it. Bring this up. Okay. How wide is this thing? X, let's say 1.20 meters. Right click, and then we can say origin to geometry. We added actually a scale factor, so let's say apply scale. No, I would like to make a copy of this, but ideally a clone. Clone means if I later adjust one geometry, they all adjust. So Alt D and X, move this over. Alt D and X and move this over. There, done. Shift D and X, and I move this one to here. Go to this view, edit mode. So tab, move this face. Tab, release, edit mode, right click, origin, Alt D and X in there. So with Shift D, I made just a copy I could manipulate, but with Alt D, you make a clone. And you see, this is a clone. These are no clones. Not to be confused with Star Wars clones. Okay, very nice. So why do we do this actually? I can hide this. I can turn this on. Now I can, if I want to, select all these objects, turn on face select or snap. Sorry, move this up, move this down. And when I'm on this top roof face, hold Control key and you see how it snaps onto it. I would like them to be, however, not right on it, maybe a centimeter above. So G for move, Z for the Z axis, and 0.1 for, well, 0.1 meters, which is 10 centimeters. Enter. We also see this here. So 10 centimeters or 5 centimeters. 10. Very good. What can we do with these beautiful cubes? Turn this off, select this, there we are. And we give this a Boolean modifier, difference, collection, window cut. There. Look at that, beautifully cut. I don't do this by hand, I just create the window openings and that cuts it out for me. Okay, let's turn this, remove this, so when we add more windows, it doesn't slow down the system. We can at this point also maybe verify. Is the position correct? Here we can see, oops, that should be there. This one should be there. This makes this actually more accurate. And there. They need to be a little bit wider. I can go into edit mode, A, select everything, and now S for scale, but X along the x-axis. And click. That's it. See? Easy. Very good. Let's turn this off. Z and material. Actually, I meant to turn this off. Keep this. Now, how do we do these tiny cuts? So we can select this window here. Alt D, move this to there. Can I do this with an array modifier? Maybe for pieces, but wrong direction. Hold Shift. Then we can go in smooth steps. There. Okay. Alt D and X. Go to there. Well, it's kind of lame, but well, 2 cuts is also nice. Alt D and X, bring this over there. But now this has to go down onto the actual roof. So U off, U on, GZ, hold Control, snap, and then GZ 0.1. There we are. How does the spacing look? Yeah, oh, you can see actually. So you here, you go to there. This was pretty close. They're a little bit further apart. Yeah, we could fix this to perfection, but let's keep this where it is. So I will continue working in this view. So here now I will see, okay. Okay, oh no, so you're not part of this group. Okay, that's fine. Alt D and X. Let's see, shift, and I expand this. Oh, that looks to fit. Oh yeah, there. This is like one logical group again. Okay, beautiful. Yeah. And this window here and this is definitely different. And is this different? I don't know. So I select this bigger window here. Shift D, yeah, because this is bigger. I move this to there and then go into edit mode, face select AA, click on this face, and then I drag this over. See how I'm lining this up? Beautiful. In object mode, back, I need to bring this to here. Okay, great. So here basically we can try out the same. When I add an array modifier to there, okay, I can definitely now make a copy. If I go 3 or 4, does this line up? Maybe not. Or is this actually just because the Google map is a little bit chunky? Yeah, so this works, but only 2. Then Alt D and X, bring this over. Oh, close. Shift and adjust this. There we are. Beautiful. How do we do this? I can say select this one, Shift D and escape. Bring this over to here. Then edit mode. This face is still selected, so I bring this in, release exit edit mode via the tab key, and then move this one over to there. So the main reason why I use the array modifier is just so I don't have all these, many pieces. Okay, they're clones. I just wanted to see if I did really copy. Good. Okay, so then we can tackle this problem. Again, they are all clones from each other. So these two, I select these two groups. Alt D, simply you go to there, and then this one, you go, oh, look at that. This even fits in. And here we have to adjust this to there. Thank you. And then select this. Alt D, move this to there. And there. And then you Alt D to there and shrink. Now I want these two to be exactly on the same position. So down. Base select, move up, hold control. You see that it snaps to the top. Beautiful. Okay. Close this, show this one. Most important part, never forget your friends. Always say quite often, hello, how are you doing? I'm good. Oh, it was nice talking to you. See you later. Nothing is more irritating than working half an hour, software crashes, and the work is gone. Boolean. Same deal. Collection, window, crossing fingers. Boom. Look at that. So beautiful. Yeah, this works actually. I think we all agree. This works really good. This is actually really nice. It's fantastic. Okay. Here I will hide this one more time, or I could keep it this way, but turn this one off. You see, then it has this Boolean function associated, but it doesn't really know what really to work with it, because in the Google Maps version, also in some photos, we know that there are some windows too. So I will select this one, Shift D and escape, move this to here. Then, yeah, how do I do this? I will turn the array modifier off for the moment. Bring, there it is. Need to bring this to there, bring this to there. And then tab, select this face, and there we are. Here's that face, move this up. I have really no idea yet where this will be. Very good. Tab, right click in object mode, origin to there. And I think that looks like Alt D and Y. Yeah, that's more or less the same. And then here, good, 1, but not X. This time it's Y. X is 0. Then U, Shift D, come to here. Tab edit mode, A, S and Y. Yeah, plus minus, this is good. And array modifier 0 and 1. And then C, okay, so with shift and drag. Yeah, so this is not the same. Alt D and then Y, move to there and array off. Last one, Shift D, escape, bring this over to there, edit mode, S and Y. You notice how it's kind of like mass production. Some commands to know, learn at the beginning, and then once you know how they work, what they are, it is really working it off. We don't really know yet where the ground floor is. So this is the reason why the bottom part we didn't really touch yet. And here is one opening too. So maybe we make a new collection and we call this one maybe door cut. Okay, so Google Maps we turn off. This we show. Maybe this we hide. Shift A and cube. Bring this in. So how wide is this one? X 2 meters, let's say 3 meters. Okay. I would like this to be right under the roof. So I move, so you see what I'm doing. I move this one up, hold control, and you see it's right under the roof. G and Z minus, let's say maybe 10 centimeters, so 0.1 of a meter. Edit mode, select the bottom face, and we can drag this one down. No idea yet. Okay. Turn this off. Here we make a copy of this. And then there we say door cut. There's our door. And then here this one, window cut. There are all the beautiful windows. Very good. So now we need to generate also the cut for kind of like opening this part of the space. So let's see how we can do this. So these two I hide for the moment. Shift A, and I will add a cube. This cube I will move to here. Actually, I will go to point snap and then snap this point. G, hold control, right? No, not there. G, there. Okay, yeah. There you can see where it sits right now. Beautiful. In edit mode, select this face. I drag this further down. I select this face, drag this to here. This is now where maybe my architectural view can come in handy. Z and wireframe. Oh, that is actually a lucky hit. That's really the way I did not memorize that. Good. Maybe a sign how often I built this piece already. So, and then this I can move along until this face is flush with there. So move along the x-axis, hold control, move your mouse to there, release the control button. Okay, good. So I want to hide this. Leave edit mode. Select this, go here and say Boolean one more object, this cube. Okay, that works well. Hey, what's my best friend doing? Oh, you good? Yeah, me too. Okay, see you later. Bye-bye. I'm not kidding. This is really very useful. So, yeah, we go to here. Edit mode. Control R, make a loop cut. Why do I do a loop cut? Because this loop cut, I move up, hold control and snap to there. And now I can select this face and E, extrude it right, hold control to there. So it stops on that wall. And leave this, hide this, and whoa, beautiful Z and wireframe. Yeah, we get some. It's okay. The polygon mesh, what I'm seeing there, I was just checking the quality of the polygon mesh, but what we see there is all really good. Okay. I really like my friends a lot. So that basically means this works. I can remove this command now because I can streamline this. I can call this wall opening. And in here in this door cut, I can call this door. Maybe we can call this door wall cut. And then this one here, I drag into there. So it's inside that collection. And also here, this is maybe door wall. So we can always quickly see who is what. And window. Hello there. Yay. Welcome to the party. Good. Ah. There was some issues here. You saw this exact, we have some geometry problems. This can sometimes happen. Hold tolerance, let's see. Fast will fix it here in this case. Oh, good. I think this has something to do purely with that this geometry cut is first. Actually, let's see. Welcome to troubleshooting. Sometimes you need to figure out why does something happen. Oh, we have this one here. Wow, wow, fast we have this one. Okay, good. Yeah, whoop, you go to there, you go to there, done. Okay. So, option A, how to solve this stuff. Very good. Now, everything what we do here right now, and this is also one of the main reasons why for architectural modeling, I actually do not prefer SketchUp. SketchUp in some instances has some very well thought out tools. But when it comes to process, it is rather very tedious and complicated. These modifiers, now as you can see, I can turn this on and off. This is, for example, in a process not possible in SketchUp. When I model something in SketchUp, it's done. I want to change it, I have to manipulate it. So no, we run into this issue of, well, great, but the modifiers here have some problems. I mean, something like this can happen too. This is a very easy fix here, as you can see by switching from exact to fast. Fast means the math is a little bit more forgiving. somewhere here, there must be something in the geometry the engine gets that's not so good. But I was just curious. So this is my raw piece. Shift D and escape. So I made myself a copy. And I can call this one, no, baked. So this raw one, I hide. Baked. Why baked? Well, because I'm baking these modifiers. Check this out. Clock. There it's gone. Apply. And when I go into edit mode now, there. I have all these beautiful edges and faces. Yeah. This is a little bit, could I say that? I would do a little bit of cleanup, for example. You see here, because I removed all these, I opened that wall via the Boolean command. This line here is exactly where, for example, the cube volume was. So how can we clean this up better? This line here, I can select and maybe dissolve X. Now press the X button. U here, X and dissolve. X and dissolve. Now you see how, oh, that works actually that works pretty easy. This is not something you have to do. I'm simply showing you how you can later clean up things. Oh, okay. Yeah. Thank you. You, and you. X and dissolve. Oh, you didn't want to dissolve? Okay, no, I want you to dissolve. There, clean. Sometimes, however, it also leaves up some interesting extra points. So there we have these edges, X and dissolve. What about here? Oh, wow, this is really terrible. Oh, this was the miter line. X and dissolve. Yeah. For example, here we could select you, zack, 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 zack. You have to be careful also that you don't dissolve too much, and then maybe it might remove your geometry in unforeseen ways. So we'll leave it at this. And it still worked. I see here, there. It didn't. Well, it makes sense because this is an opening. So the circular piece is an opening on a bigger face, and I need to connect this somewhat. Yeah. But I can line this up more. Rip, hold control, snap there. Thank you. Okay, very good. So this is also all quickly what I wanted to show you, just so you see how this command, oh, this worked. Interesting. With the Boolean command, sometimes can have issues, and you might have to trick around a little bit, and then I see here, there, it needs these edges to connect this. But then later we can go back and clean still everything up a little bit more. Just don't let your, how do you say that, obsessive compulsive OCD hang out too much. But then with that actually put to good use, like what I'm doing right now, we can also very quickly clean this stuff up. There, look how nice and sweet this geometry is now. And then here, okay, you, remove this from the selection there. Suck, 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 suck. There. So why is actually this process useful? Well, the less lines we have, the cleaner the geometry for any other further task. For example, adding textures on it or adding more geometry cuts to it. So example, now here I select all these vertical lines. Okay. Yeah, dissolved pretty good too. Okay, let's keep it at this because this is actually a pretty good cleaned up model in this video. So how do we do now the ground? If we turn on our architectural view, Z and wireframe, and we go into object mode, you can see this is all at an angle. Okay, so Shift A, plane, and I am, yeah, how do we do this? I will move this right, maybe to here. Okay, there. Good, that's kind of like the street, and then there it goes down. So how do we continue? In there, I will go maybe to this top view, bring this to there. Point select, move this to here, move, hold control, snap it to there. Thank you. Go into edit mode. I select this face, E and Y. Go to there, hold control, there we are. Go to face, select this face. Shift and D, move this to here. Then G, hold control to there. Thank you. A, and select everything, and then we clean everything up. Again, this got fused together. So this way, as you can see, we actually quickly built this walkway. And then I can select these edges here. These three. Go to side view, E and X, bring them to here. And then move this down there. Yeah, there's actually now my walkway. Thank you. Okay. Huh? Why did I actually create this line here? So check this out. When I press now Control R on this edge, and I'm creating a loop cut, and I'm moving this loop cut ideally really close, maybe a top view, zoom in, and then GG. So not just G, but GG, which is for slide. I'm sliding this right to there. Okay, this is like the easy, lazy trick. And then this face I can select, and if I want, maybe delete. Now I have the walkway that goes around, but the inside is actually open, because if we go to the photos, we can see here how, look, this is actually, it's stepping there, how this goes down. It's like the really interesting part now. How can we model something like this? It's also pretty easy. So this now maybe we can call outside, side, or street, whatever we want to call this. Good. Then this I will hide for the moment, and I will go ahead and say in object mode, make myself a new plane. This plane G, and hold control, I snap to there. Go into edit mode, edge select this edge, bring this to there, select this, and bring this here. It has to go to kind of like there. So baked, thank you. Because what I need to do now is, first, every edge has to be moved backwards a little bit. You see this edge moved back, and hold control and snap to there. Then if I click there and this is selected, move, hold control, there, hold control, there. And then this one you hold control to there. Perfect. Here, this goes over a little bit. And then what do we do here? Not sure yet. You see there, this letter needs to be moved up a little bit. Okay, so Control R, click, click, and then we move, hold Control and snap it to this edge. And then this, technically speaking, E and X, and hold Control and can snap to there. There you see how I moved this one forward. Now we can take a look at the architecture view, hide this baked one, go to the top view, Z and wireframe, and then, what else interesting stuff do we have? So here's the walkway. So Control R. On this, you go to there, and Control R, here is the other way. And then here something starts to have a shift. Now here's a ramp, horizontal, ramp, horizontal. So how do we, this looks like complicated, but it really actually is not. So what I will do is I need to have one line here. So this line and this line, I will select and delete the edges. Also this I will dissolve, and this I will dissolve. Oh no, I can't. You see then when I dissolve this triangle. And this one here, dissolve. Point select, yeah, clean. This is good, but here we need to have a line. So U and U, right click, subdivide. U and U, right click, subdivide. And then these 2 points, F and fill, and then this and this, zip, goes to there. You see? So here is actually now the interesting part. So this probably I can move to here. This stays horizontal, and then it has to step down. Yeah. Okay, very good. Or I assume at least that's where the stepping happens. So architecture views. No, probably here is actually makes no sense because it's inside. It's inside a room, so probably here is already where the stepping starts. So maybe there it goes more down. Yeah, because then it also doesn't collide with that window. So this face here, I will select E and Z and move down a little bit. Top view, Z and wireframe, and then E and X. Yeah, till where? So this is horizontal here, looks right there properly. This is where the next step happens. Yeah, this makes sense because then, as you can see here, the wall comes down. So move, hold Control, there. Now, this height, I don't know really sure if this is correct. Shift D, move to there. And G, hold Control, A, right click, merge by distance or mesh, clean up. Where do we have it? Clean up, merge by distance, there. You can also right click, add this to the command. Actually, yeah, doesn't matter then what command you're in or selection mode. So, okay, good. But then how do we do, how do we do the ramp? So top view, Z and news, views, E and X. So there we are. There you see that, no? And then I can bring this down and hold Control there. Now this is actually on the correct height. E, hold Control or E, X. hold Control A, Q, and merge by distance. Yeah. Where this vertical line goes straight down, I would like to have a point where this connects. How can I find this? Blender has the tools built in. Go to the preferences, add-ons, then type in TinyCAD. Welcome to AutoCAD running in SketchUp. Blender, wrong program. Edge and edge selected. Right click, there it is. Intersect selected edges. Yeah. Oh, look at that. I can beautifully fill this. So here we do the same. From this point E and Z, hold this, select these two, and now I can select this line and this line, right click and do this, and then fill you and you and fill. Then you and you fill. Then you. This is not here. This is easy. Right click on this, click, and then Control R, click to make a loop cut. Hold Control there. A, Q, and merge by distance, so it's fused, and then there we put that stuff in. And then here, E and Z, zack. It's child's play. Yeah, there's now the ramp. Perfectly modeled. And all the faces are also very clean together. Why do I actually pay much attention to clean faces? It will significantly help later when we have to texture all the stuff. Okay. Now, before we continue, we want to make sure later when I continue building this, the room height is all correct. How can I try to make sure of that? And that is the reason why you should never ignore saving on a regular basis, because the software just crashed. But hey, take a look at this. Recover, autosave. Oh, what do we have there? 1341. That's basically when the crash also kind of nearly happened. Recover, autosave, and look at that. There is everything. So how does the autosave actually work? It's maybe good this crash happened so I could show you how this works. You go to Preferences, Save and Load, and there, autosave every 2 minutes. You can set this auto 1 minute, every 1 minute if you want to. Every 1 minute it makes it save. Okay, so I would have to quickly rebuild the design I had, and then I will be back. So as I said, before I continue everything, I want to make sure that actually the height distance here is correct, because if I go to my architectural view, it doesn't really give me much of, well, as you can see, a height or information about the floor. What about actually my section views? So let's take a look at this one. So this is one section view. Control, Alt B or Option B. I can draw an outline. And look at that. Okay, so this is pretty good. Here's also my floor, which I can't select right now because something is kind of like in my way. So let's see, plane. Oh, plane, that's it. So I'm actually really close to where it should be. There you see, no? There. So there we are. Okay, good. So that actually should be good now. Alt B gets out of it. I have here another section view. So this section view, I move over a little bit. So it is on the, how can I say that? Flat part. Alt or Option B one more time. Let's rotate around. Wow, I was actually really close. So we go to plane, edit mode, then I go to face, select this face here, select maybe this face, move control, move this down a little bit. I don't know, maybe plus minus there. I was really not that much off. Alt B. Okay, so this is actually now good. One problem, however, you saw the ramp might be junk. Okay, so in case something like this happens, no problem. We can very easily and quickly delete this stuff. So here, U and U, X, and no, actually, I select these 2 points, delete. Okay, here, this X and delete. Very good. Then U to U, F. So make a line, U and U, right click and intersect selected edges. Thank you. So you see, it's actually quite simple. Then Shift D, click G, hold Control. We snap this to there, and then we can even here join these parts. Zuck, A, Q, and merge by distance. Yeah. This line here now should be at the same height like here. So I hold Control. There we are. And then U, and F. There it fills it in. U, and U, and F. Fill this in. U and, oh, there. This piece is missing. Control R, click. Hold Control, click A, Q, merge distance. You notice I wasn't lying when I said at one point it becomes like a factory. Okay, there we are. So the nice thing is, because of what I have here, can I actually even maybe reuse this? So let's see what's possible. Shift D, suck. G, hold Control. No, hold Control. Move G to the cursor to there, G. Yeah, there it selects. This I delete this face. Let's see. Not that I'm doing something that is wrong now. Ah, yeah. So yeah, I was actually tapping into the wrong direction. The height is correct, but this actually cannot be connected to the piece as it is right now. So I will do the following. I would like to disconnect this. When I press Y, it disconnects it. And I press H to hide it. And this point here, I select X and delete. Alt H, I show this piece again. Go to the top view, go to this view, Z and wireframe, and then move this to there. Okay. Oh, interesting. This is also a longer piece. So U and U, I have to stretch this longer. So this ramp, I can't even really reuse the way how I thought. Okay, select these 2 points, X and dissolve. Yeah. Control R, click, move, snap, AQ, merge by distance, fill, thank you. Now U, E and Z down, hold Control onto this point. You see, yep, correct, same command there, right click, intersect, and then we just rebuild these faces, this here, X and dissolve, no, X and delete edge. Zack. This I can also delete U, E, hold control there. And then U and U, E, hold control, snap to there. And then U, E, hold control, snap to there, U and U, F, A, Q, merge distance. U, E, and X, hold control to there. Done. Yeah, look at that. So does it make sense? Yeah, that makes sense. There's the stepping. Yeah, this all actually is pretty on very good track. So now this way also the internal heights, all this is actually evened out. Perfect. Very good. Now, because the floor here is lower, these windows are going further down. Because the floor here is higher, these windows are a tick higher. Yeah, there's the outside grading. Okay, very good. So let's take a pause here, and then we will have to actually build the ramps on the back area, so on this wall, and then we will fill the landscaping and put a small white wall around it. Hey, most important, never forget to save. So yeah, let's do the walkway. And actually you can see this pretty much, yeah, this all lines really up. So what does it mean? It makes it pretty easy. So H height, we go into edit mode, and then U, zip, you go to there. Thank you. And then I go into face select these faces. Yeah. Shift D and Y. So I slide them over to Y. Go back to here, hold control, snap them to there. And then, well, and just fill in the missing faces. Oh, there it is. A and Q, merge distance, very good. And then AA and, nope, with B, now I do that selection. Or you can also use the selection tools there. W, shortcut W. Oh, interesting. It's just pressing W, lasso, marquee or square, and circle. Brush selection. Okay. I go with the old B and box select and circle select. Anyway, so W, I can just select the brush, but I only want the point. Select AA, Z and wireframe. There we are. So now I will show my baked geometry in shaded mode. I want to bring this over to there and snap it back. Yeah, you see, that's actually how quickly that worked. Something funny is going on here. Oh, what's this? What is actually this face here? Let's see. I don't know if you have this. I might need to figure. Oh, it makes sense. Yeah, there's an extra edge. Okay, no problem. I will select this long edge, delete it, and then plop, plop, and flop. Fixed. Q and oh, I don't have this put in. Right click, add to quick favorites, Q and face orientation. Ooh, yeah, that's bad. A, Shift N, and basically flip normals. There we are. Well, this is actually terrible. So spacebar and flip. If spacebar doesn't work, because maybe spacebar is configured to playing, you can go to mesh, normals, and flip. And if you want to have spacebar to be for search, command search, that is input. Where was it? There, key map, spacebar, search action. Cube and yeah, wait. Was this an interesting? Oh yeah, it was an overlay. I thought I saw some red lines there. Very good. Yeah, look at that. So baked. Turn back on. That's pretty cool. So what can we do with this, with the landscaping now? We will just simply finish this by selecting this and then E, hold control, E or hold control. You see, I'm just simply following it. There we are. Very nice. And then select all this, all these side edges, E and Y. Move this a little bit to there. And yeah, because I would like to build a small, let's say, wall that goes around. Not sure yet where it is and how it will be. So we will do the following. I will select this object. Going to edit mode, select this edge, and then I go E and Y, move this up a little bit. Sorry, did I say E and Y? That was terrible. E and Z. Then I select these two faces and I would like them to be out of this group. So I want them to separate. Spacebar, separate. So this is under mesh, separate, mesh, and separate selection. And I have now a new body there. And can call this garden wall. Very good. Here I also have this edge and would like to work a little bit precise. So check out this little AutoCADing. So we go into edit mode. There we are now. So this right now I want this to be perfect. So I will select this point and Shift D, make a point, and this point I snap to there. Hold Control, click. E, go down to here, hold Control, click. So you see now I redraw myself a line and aligned it there because, well, as you guessed it, line select, and this, right click. Yep. And then you, and you can all sleep. So I removed them. That stuff is still present. F, there we are. Here, this is easier. I can simply move this back because this is horizontal. No. Material thickness. How do we do that actually? Yeah, let's see. Solidify, modify will be the easiest one. What's going on? You see they're going in opposite directions. That is because they are at opposite faces. So select all and then Shift N or again calculate outside. No, actually flip. I would like this to be the outside. Q and face orientation. Very nice. Thank you. Even thickness, go the opposite direction. Whoa, why are they this way? That seems because this is not joined. Okay. So in case this is the same in your situation, AQ and then merge distance. There. Thank you. What do we say? Minus 0.4 or 0.4 meters, but offset the opposite way. There, and that actually builds the piece for us. Now, this is kind of terrible also there. So how can we fix this? Easy. We select this point and this point we move down to there. So join this up. And to make this even better, we can select all these there. So it grows from somewhere up. And now we have this area which we can fill with soil. That means going back to this, we can go into edit mode. These points, now we can snap to there. Yeah, and this lines up anyway. Awesome sauce. Yeah, there's actually now our yeah, the floors inside plus the stepping for the gardening. How do we do this little detail here? So because we're not 100% done. The floor, technically speaking, runs here through through the walls, which is not 100% correct. So let's do this correct. I will press K, or should we even really care? Should we care or should we not care? Yeah, let's do this correct. No, we can just keep. No, yes, we need to. Okay, sorry. So we will fix this, however, in. No, let's do this. Yeah. K. Click, and then you see the K is like a knife, and I can, if I press X or Y, I can go along certain directions. Click. K one more time. Click and Y. This is the Y direction. Click on this other edge and enter. Now these 2 points, I can move, hold control and snap, as you can see, to there. This point and this point I will select and move a little bit back, hold control there. Thank you. So if I hide actually this building, we can see what we have. No. This I can select, X and delete. This I can select. Right click, subdivide 2 times. Thank you. So 2 times means I get 2 points. That's very useful because what I can do now is I can select these 2 points, E and Y, and go to there. And actually this snap to the corner of the street. Where's the piece? Nope, not the raw one. There. Okay, so you and you, we move till you're there, and you till you're there. Perfect. So then Control R for loop cut, move, hold control, click, and then U, E and X, click, U and U, E and X, hold control, click. And then to make this look more correct, to cover this paperness up, E and Z, we just drag it down. Yeah, that looks pretty good. I would say. So we have this door thing here. So if we want now this, I can bring up very close, but I make it a little bit deeper than the floor. Keep in mind the floor right now has no material thickness. That's not realistic, but we also just make a render model. We don't make an architectural construction model. So I just simply get this close like there. Now this is actually the baked object. So I can go into edit mode, select these 4 points, and then readjust this. So basically what I did is this I adjusted by hand, and this I adjusted via the Boolean modifier thing. Okay. Yeah. The last thing maybe to touch upon is what do we do here with these windows? This is good. The floor has to be below actually the street level there, because the windows are nearly touching the street, and then there's a little bit of an offset. We can see this actually from some of the windows images. No, there you can see that's the street, and there's the offset. Very good. So window cut, there we are. We set here, these are all actually 3 objects. These are clones of those. So AA, Z, and wireframe. Go to side view. B, select all this, and then yeah, I will drag this down onto the street. That actually should do it. So let's go to the raw one. Yeah, but then you see, yeah, we have kind of like this now. So this is perfectly flush. So in our hand model piece now, I can go into edit mode, select all these individual faces here, there, move this up and down, hold control, snap to this point of the sidewalk, release. That's good. Maybe we move this up by 5 millimeters, 5 centimeters. Think about water and rain. So, oh no, we just keep it because it's kind of cool that this window is flush with the walkway, to be quite honest. There. Okay, Alt H. Then raw, this should be gone. Plane, this now we can call floor. Maybe floor plus garden. This is garden wall, this is street. Yeah. Beautiful. I would say this is pretty good. Yeah, and then the next piece would be, obviously there are some interior walls missing. And then how can we put this together in a way that we don't block off everything, but this is just what's so beautiful about the space. Later when we have light coming in, artificial sun, and having some walls, and it's so nice and long, it has this stepping in it. What type of interesting renderings can we create with that? So I go back to the top view. I will show my architecture views and Z and wireframe. And there you can see that these rectangles, they are actually significant structures. And then I have, so they are load bearing. And then there are these thinner walls. Okay, let's start maybe here. So 3D cursor, can click to there. Now where that 3D cursor is, geometry will be inserted. So there we are. Let's move this to here, move this to there. Okay. Edit mode, edge select, bring this to there. How big is this? 30.5, 0.3. right click and origin for the geometry so it's centered. Yeah, it looks like 30 centimeters. Okay. Then this rectangle is floating, so it has to go down and snap to there. Edit mode via tab A and E. It's in Z axis restriction. Hold Control, click. Yeah, this is actually really good. This wall is actually a little bit too far off. So what do? I will trick a little bit so you will be flush with that corner. Thank you. Then top view, Z, wireframe, architectural view, Alt D and X, zip, and Alt D and X, zip. This one has to go and snap to something there. Alt D and X. Snap to there. Now with control. And here we can see that, oh, I'm a little bit off. Okay, cool. Well, so this one goes up and goes over and then goes down, snaps to this corner, and then you snap to that corner, and then this one you snap to that corner. Look at that. You see how this one supports this supports this wall. So that's actually now a little bit of a problem. Because I realized this is now taller, this is not as tall. Okay, we'll keep it this way. Fine. We made Alt D, we made clones of this. So we want this to be a single. So I went to mesh data or object data. Click this there. That's kind of like in SketchUp when you, instead of having components, now you make an individual piece. Edit mode, Z and wireframe, select this, bring this down, bring this back up, Z in object mode, there we are. Okay, good. And now this Z and wireframe, it's actually this line I'm selecting. Oh, it's just the floor line, okay, good. So this one now, I will replicate Alt D and X, chalk, Alt D and X, chalk. Actually, yeah, when I select this one, because no, actually I have to properly hand adjust them anyway. So I wanted to see if I can do something with the array modifier, but because I built in a little bit of a problem that doesn't work. This goes back and now I snap it to this edge here. So all these posts are positioned correctly. Just this one. Is there only one? Let's see. Sits right there. Okay, good. Then you go back and go to there. Oh, interesting. So look at that. So this face here back. Look how beautiful. And there. That means here, this one select. Oh, it did it to all. Perfect. Good. I didn't even see that this actually overlapped. So, okay, X delete. Why did I delete this one? These will be individual. So you go up and you go down, hold, and then is this, yeah, this is still a clone. So here we do the same. And then edit mode, select the top face. This goes down. Welcome to 3D orientation. Go back up. So this is not perfectly lined up there. There's a little bit of an overhang. Technically speaking, maybe this geometry of the floor I need to move. Let's trick this a little bit. I adjust this. Oh, that also brought up that this top face goes to there. Okay, good. Then here, this one, Alt D and X, move up, move down. Top view, architecture view. So U, was this a clone? It's a clone, so no clone. Shift D and X, Shift D and X. Move, snap. And edit mode, Z, select the top face, Z, go back out of edit mode. Oh yeah, there, this works. Okay, so maybe you could then be the same like this one. I can make a link. So I'm cloning them again. Object, make link to object data. Yeah, now they all show the object, so the bodies show the geometry of this one. Think about them as containers. Sup. And this one here, back there. Yeah. No. That this is a little bit wider, nobody knows, nobody cares. It's just the way how it is. Suck. Yeah, beautiful. So in this way, we rebuild this pattern basically of the support columns. Or not necessarily columns, but now you get what I mean, the walls. Starts to look actually pretty cool. Now the more you start adding to it, the more interesting it becomes, because it simply has more interesting elements. And then now we can think of, or we can think about the how could I say that? Yeah, how do we put the windows and doors and all the stuff in there? But let's take a break and I will be back to this later. So I'm back. Before we continue, let's actually place some cameras into the space. So Shift A camera, and I move this camera down onto kind of like, so I use the ground. And now I move this kind of like average human height, GZ 1.6 meters. And then I bring this camera to here, R, and rotate it. Let's also split vertical, yeah. And then here we go into that camera and take a look at it. Yeah, well, looks pretty nice already. Not too bad. This area here has a little bit of geometry in the walkway, so that is something we should quickly put in. So I move this one to here. So let's turn on the views. There we are. You see 1, 2, 3. So I think all we need to do, honestly, is we select all the pieces I have here. Zuck, zuck. There. Top view. And turn this back on. And then Alt D and G and Y, and move this one down, maybe to there. Okay, so this one, for example, doesn't exist. This is good. Here we have one. There we have one. There we have one. Yeah. Okay, very good. Let's see where these line up. Okay, we need to reposition them a little bit. Zip, zip. Oh, interesting. What happened to those there? Anyway, so first I will move these front pieces, hold control, suck onto there, and then Ooh. There's something not working with the walkway. That is quite funny. Yeah. We can adjust this later by how could I say that? We can adjust the walkway to fit. So this also, I notice here is one thing that is off. So when I select this face, these pieces adjust. Okay, good. So that is fixed. Very nice. Then now I can see. Yeah. So you and you. Also snap those two there. Okay, so this is all lined up. Move over, snap to here. So this actually now needs to be a different piece of geometry. So I will break actually this link. Go to edit mode, select the top face, move this up there. Okay, perfect. And you, Control L, that's actually this linking. Tuck. And that was kind of it. Oh, is this alignment? Yeah, this needs to be aligned. So that is good. What's going on there? I can select a point, for example, this, and then go to view and say frame selected, and it zooms right to it. There, it's G and X, and snap. Yeah, G and X, hold snap. Okay, cleaned up. Okay. Now, yeah, how do we, in case this is what's happening in your case, how do we fix this? That's an easy thing. So, wireframe mode, tab, select all these points, make sure that nothing else by accident is selected, and then I'm just shrinking this. This might, I don't know, change maybe the code a little bit too much, but for what we try to do here right now, this is fine. We're just making a render model. Okay, perfect. What doesn't fit, we will make fit. It's a German saying. It's also a movie, which I never saw. Shame on me, I should watch it. Okay, so that part is done. And now let's go back into the camera via 0. Interesting. My outliner gets really full. So U to U. These are all these pieces. Control, no, not control, just M, new collection. And let's call this walls. Thank you. So then here's my camera G, and this is the Y direction, G and Y. I can slide this around. You can do a pretty cool animation. Yeah. Yep, not too bad, no? Okay. The interior walls we might actually simply not do right now or skip for the moment, but we want to put something in for the outside. Let me show you a nice and fast trick. So this 3D cursor, hold control. So I drag, left mouse button, click drag and hold control, and then there it is. And then at that position, give me a cube, or hold on, escape, add me a plane. Now this plane, I'll move to here, I'll move to there. And these 2 points I will drag to there. Very good. And then just hold on 1 second. I want to check something. Yep, so you see the spacing works and the spacing works. So that means I can create this piece and make it really fit into not only one, but those 3 openings. So I drag this volume up. In object mode, no, I can see. So this is 3.58 meters tall. This is too much. Let's say 10. Whoops, not 10 meters, 10 centimeters. Okay. Yeah. Very good. Push to here, push to there. Then apply scale and set origin to geometry. Thank you. Then I will go into edit mode. There we are. And go to face select, select this and this face X and delete. Yep. The faces. So these other faces remains kind of like a frame. And the reason, because we applied the solidify modifier, is now I can go ahead and give this a nice 0.2 meter frame, even thickness. Okay. Alt D and X and snap. Let's see, this is actually a tick too wide. So this is not going to be an Alt D. This might just be a Shift D. So there actually, this we can move over. I'm just repositioning some parts there and there. Okay. Yeah, what do we do now? I hate it when this happens. Boop, 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 boop. Okay. Well, just very economical. AA, we see, you saw I broke actually the linking, so this is not a clone anymore, an individual piece. It's okay. There. Because something like this we need soon to put into the other pieces too. I thought with the clone, so Alt-D, we can make nice equal copies. Now we need to have a window in there too. How do we do the window? The window we can do as an individual object. So I will start on this one. Shift S, cursor to selected. Shift A, make a cube. This cube we maybe make 2 centimeters along Y, 2 centimeters. Very good. Control A and apply scale. Edit mode, Z and wireframe, AAB. And then you see how I'm AAB, nope, AAB, just this face, and I'm selecting the lower face and I'm just snapping everything into position, kind of like center it. Good. So this piece now, Shift D and X, I can bring over, snap. There we're not too far off. So this one I'm bringing over to there. Because this is not centered anymore, in object mode, right click, origin to geometry center, and then Alt D and X. I can bring this over to there. Goodie. No, U and U. Sorry, U and U. Shift D, hold control and snap it to there. Then with both objects selected, again, this is a nice advantage of how you can work in Blender. Tab. We are now working in the geometry of both objects. AA. B, select the top and whoop, there we are. AA. Z for wireframe, B, Z for shade, and move this to here, move this to there, tab, done. Right clicks and origin, so I centered this. I'm curious, do these fit in as clones? Alt D and X, Alt D and X, yeah, they do not. Okay, so delete those. Again, Shift D and X to there, Shift D and X, snap to there, and then I can even have like multiple objects, even more. AA, select all this. Suck. AA, select all this. Suck. There. look how fast we can panel up this space. The window plus the frame, Shift D and then snap to there. And tab, AA, select all this. AA, see I'm picking up speed. I want to get this video slightly done. Shift D and X. Shift D and X. Yeah, we keep it there. Very good. So hue and hue. Tab. AA. No, deselect everything. Select this. AA. Select this. Select all points and snap to there. Yeah. So now when I select the camera, G and Y, now we have these windows there. Maybe to make this filled here, we would like to have also a door in there. Okay, so how do we do the door? 3D cursor, click and drag, hold control, snap, shabazz. So here's now my plane. The plane I rotate, this is the x-axis, are x and 90. G and snap, edit mode, point, bring over, point, snap to there. Good. So, so we have like a horizontal piece, something going in there. So no shame at looking up references. So where is that reference? Do we see this here anywhere? There we can see this. So there's a bigger piece and then 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Control R. So there's one piece. Control R, 2 pieces. There. How wide is this? What's the distance? So here, measurement. Hold control, click, hold control, click a meter and 5. What is that actually in inches? So let's go ahead. We go to here, change this to imperial. So 4 feet inches, please. 59. So it's pretty wide. So we can easily put there 2 doors in. Yeah, so we select. And this I select and delete. Then U. This is the x-axis, S and X. Scale this apart a little bit. This dissolve. Very good. This one here, I and offset. So we make a nice offset by how much? 0.3 inches. No, sorry, 3 inches. Okay. What happens if we do individuals? It does not, but maybe I can select these two. Yeah, that works. So 3 inches, and then here I select them randomly 3 inches. Very good. Yeah. So now we have kind of like this upper frame, and there are the windows. We have too much of a double frame here, so these top points actually do not make much sense. So this line I remove. This line I remove. Oh, and then this line I'm still in measurement. This line I remove, and then this line X and dissolve I remove. And then these points here I bring up. There we are. Beautiful. Yeah. That is better. Again, we're just making hey, it looks like a door idea and not like a functional physical door. This piece I will separate. P and separate. Very nice. Because then this whole thing here, I can now offset. It has a rotation, okay, it has no scale factor, that's very good. Maybe go back to meters there. And 0.2, so 20 centimeters opposite way, that's way too much. 0.1, thank you. And then U, G and Y, 0.5, but minus, no, oh, 0.05. So we put this into the center, you see, there. And if we want, we can give this a glass material thickness, solidify 2 centimeters, even, offset is even, there, now we have this stuff there. As you can see, again, this gets really full. So what's all this here? Minus U and not U. So let's see, U and U. Okay, that's all this stuff. Good. M. We can call this maybe glass walls. And then U and U are the other ones. From there to there, these are the windows, goes into there. Because we have this camera here, we can make this camera also a copy. Maybe move this one to there. Control 0. R and Z, you see how I'm rotating around inside this view. U, Shift D, go to here. Now we do the same thing. Would like to figure out where is the floor. There's the floor, GZ. So G grab along the Z-axis 1.6 meters. R and Z 180. Control 0. So there we can see now from the floor how this would look. Ah, look at that. That's interesting. So this is actually on the here on the top part. Yeah. There you see. They have very thin glass walls and frames. We made this a little bit thicker, but it's all good. We're not rebuilding this. Yeah, beautiful. Okay. I would say, should we keep this at this? The video got pretty long already. So I would say this is fine. The only last thing that's important now to add is, well, we have all these window elements here. How can we quickly do this? I will join this for the moment. Hold control, click and hold control. Add a plane. G there, and then go into edit mode. Edge select. Bring this over. Bring this over. Snapping EZ. There, done. Okay, and then right click, edit origin to there. Very good. Now, we would like to add individual materials to these window pieces. So we don't want to use clones or erase. So we have to do each one now individually. So U, Shift D, X, and snap. Shift D, hold Control, snap. Shift D, hold Control, snap. But as you see, this is piece of cake. So it's kind of like playing a piano. There we are. So, and this big piece, Shift D, go to here. We need to figure out where does it snap. There it snaps. And then jum. And then you jum. And then I can figure out, okay, where are the other pieces where this fits in? Yeah. Here, Shift D. This is too high. Zack. Right click. Yeah, and you start noticing this is the speed with which I work. You'll get to there too. It's just a matter of practice. So if you're still watching this, go ahead, do it. I'm just right now curious how my voice is just starting to break up, how long it takes me to finish these pieces. Ah, that's interesting. So, rip, whoa, snap to there, go down there, origin, Shift D, Shift D, Shift D. Oh, come on. Oop. Sure. That wasn't too bad, no? How do we finish these windows? That's easy. Drag, hold control, snap, Shift A, plane, edit, and I will do it this way. U, G to there, U, G to there. Obviously snap to the correct piece, U, X and delete, A, E, Z down, right click in object mode, recenter the object center, Shift D, there, and snap, right click there, Shift D, there, and there, right click and there. Okay, so Shift D, you go to there, and Shift D to there, Shift D to there, and then this one, Shift D there, and finally we're done. That was a lot of work. Okay, beautiful. Now we're ready to texture everything. The lights, or the windows, place the lights, and do renderings. In a different video, of course.